Well, welcome back to Gardener's Cottage here in the heart of Blakeney on the North Norfolk coast. We're over doing the final, I think, summer holiday turn around checks for the cottage of this season, and the hollyhocks. We are starting to collect some of this seed. We've shown you these hollyhocks over the season, and if you'd like some of this seed, then there are some free seed offers available. So do follow the link in the description in this video and it will take you through to the Gardener's Cottage website. We were having to water the garden because it's been quite droughted here in Norfolk over the last few weeks. Very little in the way of natural rainfall, so we're just trying to refresh some of the plants. Isn't this looking beautiful? A real attraction for the insects, hoverflies, bees around this. Lovely splash of colour. The Dutch honeysuckle on the fence in front of the cottage still flowering away. It trickle flowers all season this and just fills this driveway in front of the cottage with a gorgeous scent. Kate just doing a bit of cutting back and tidying up. I'm going to show you some of what's still flowering here in the garden and looking really beautiful, particularly this double Japanese anemone that's flowered here in front of the snug window for probably been in for around 10 years. Doing really well, loves this position, although it's a little on the dry side for a Japanese anemone, just seems to make do. Now in contrast, the large clump on the opposite side, which previously has done so well, is now getting a little overgrown with the Banks lutea alba rose and the flowering currant. I really think if we want to bring these Japanese anemones back into the former glory we've had here, going to have to do some cutting back on those. Phlox is doing very well this year. Managed to keep those from over drying out. Always a struggle in these raised sandy soils to keep these looking good, but they do give us this colourful display right the way through August and into September, and this year with the amount of rain we had earlier in the season they did very well. We've refreshed the garden furniture here at Gardeners over the course of this season. The old hardwood set was looking a little bit aged and not too inviting, so we've gone for this aluminium cast in British Racing Green, which is really much better and looks very smart indeed. Iceberg rose, you'll see flushing over the top of the cast stone wall above the flints. Pear Tree Beyond's had a really good haircut this year, which is letting an awful lot more light into this area of the garden. And this border to the side of that wall going back down towards the kitchens really benefited this year. The buddleias have done so much better. The roses all are flowering a bit more enthusiastically with the light and rain now able to cascade down onto this soil. This buddleia really should have finished quite a while ago, but it's still got plenty of bud coming on, and we are just deadheading that and basically shaping it back a little bit to try and keep the lawn area free. Come round to that iceberg now, and underneath we've got this planting again of a Japanese anemone in pure white, which is doing beautifully, but I don't know whether this is going to film too well because of the contrast above me. But that iceberg really giving a late season show. It's already flushed once this season and it's doing it again, thanks largely to the extra light and feed that we've been putting around its base. Planning to give that a really hard haircut this year, try and encourage some growth back lower down because it's all been straining for the light in previous years. So we're just about finished our turnaround here at Gardeners today. Lawns have all been refreshed, I would say mown, but really it's just a hoover job at this time of year, collecting up the leaves, just making it look a little bit loved and cared for the fresh party that are about to arrive this afternoon. The weather forecast is very good for this week, so I'm hoping they're going to have a very good stay here. As I say, it's our last 4 weeks left for the summer season, and then we're into decorating and refreshing season. Quite a few jobs to do over this autumn period to just keep this cottage in a nice condition, and we'll be staying here and using it ourselves, which is a rare treat for us. We've been pretty bad at coming over and actually just relaxing and spending some time in Blakeney. We did a short break in August when we had a little gap and really enjoyed it, so we're hoping to do a lot more of that in September, and hopefully they'll all have blown away and we'll be in for an Indian summer here in Norfolk with some lovely warm, dry, unseasonally beautiful weather. Here's hoping. Thanks for watching.